Spoiler review.
Hello.
Major spoilers.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. See, I was gonna kick it kind of like how we normally do here. Just like do like a little something for the people that haven't seen it, and then spoil it. But I always say spoiler it.
Spoiler it.
I don't know why I say it. Spoil it.
Spoil.
Yeah, spoiled like this review.
There's just so much in this movie.
He wants to just spoil it.
We would talk about it for like half a minute and be like, I don't know what else to say.
So this is a spoiler review, I guess, guys.
100%.
It's been out a few days, and all the people that are like die hard that care about the spoilers probably already saw it because they're just like, oh my god, Flash, Flash, Flash.
Dude, it's all over YouTube now.
You know how these superhero nerds get. Yeah, nerds. Just picking. We're kind of nerds too, in our own way.
Nerd.
Yeah, it's true. I'm like, workout dude. I just do this because it gets me views and shit.
That's it.
Don't
All
care about
eyeballs on
any of
it.
this. None of it. All whatever.
What is this, movies or something?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, The Flash.
I was about to say, you about to say
15
something.
years we've been waiting.
15 years?
Just a little note to you all that don't know the history of it. The Flash was actually announced before they started shooting the first season of the Flash television series.
I didn't know that.
This has been wild, bro. And we finally got to see it. And it's it's a lot of fun, dude.
It's a lot of what?
It's a lot of fun, The
Is it?
Flash.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's a lot of fun.
The opening starts off like funny, but then they do his little speedster thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, 3 minutes long of him just doing his speedster thing, and I'm just over here like hands on my head, jaw dropped, like,
Melting.
laughing, like where you can't help but laugh when you see something so awesome.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh.
dude, I was all over the place in the opening of this movie.
It's funny the way it's just like seems to be crazily captivating people like you and not at all for people like me. That's right, I fucking hated it. And I'm just playing. That'd be funny if I like, because we already talked about this on the phone. I was like, gotcha, bitch. This movie sucked.
This movie's a terrible
No,
piece of shit.
let's just say I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm itching my elbow for some reason.
It looks like you're just pointing at me for no
well, now it
reason.
just looks like I'm jacking off, actually, if you look at the
Oh, it does.
rhythm of my arm.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
would you look at that? Yeah, no, I actually like this movie a lot. But that is a legitimate thing that I've seen.
It's kind of great. The critics are like being really harsh on it.
The ones that are, like, I think it's still, like, positive right now. I think it's still fresh.
They're just bitching about Ezra.
But my God, like, the ones that are hating it are hating it hard, bro.
I don't know why.
Dude, forgive that
Ezra
man. He
Miller
had such a
killed
good,
it
he
in
had such
this
a good
movie.
performance. Don't
Yeah.
worry about what he did in real life. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say that.
Charge him if need be, but fuck, he was amazing in this movie.
He was solid.
To play the two characters the way he did, like Barry and Barry, but like
Dude.
complete polar opposites.
Oh wow, same.
Oh my god, it was amazing. Like the fucking,
They were so
like,
much
he's
fun.
like a stoner.
Yeah.
like his younger self's like a stoner, but like an idiot, but smart at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so funny. Everything he.
I was
said
really
and did.
curious how you were gonna kind of look at how they were. I don't know. Like I had this weird feeling that it could go either way. where
If
you-
they were the same character, if it had been like Barry finding Barry, and they're like, I wouldn't have fucked with that. I would have actually been pissed about it and called it lazy.
yeah.
But the fact that they went so overboard with how much, and it makes sense to me because it's a multiverse.
yeah.
You know, so if you're going to be in a multiverse, then change the character, keep him the same look or whatever, but change the character and who he is. He's not going to grow up the same way that, the other Barry did.
No, he definitely did not. Definitive stoner for sure. No way around it. The hair alone. Just like that first moment you see him when like Barry, I guess Flash Barry as we know him, was in the house with his mom and dad and shit, and they're like, "Would you cut your hair? Like we can see your eyes and all that." And then he looked outside and saw the other Barry
Dude,
coming.
kicking a garbage can and screaming.
Yeah, it was like, "Here we go." He's like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here." No.
This movie was actually borderline R-rated.
There was moments that
There was
were
a few
yeah.
times in this where I was like, damn, they caught a PG-13 on this? Like, supposedly...
I'd be curious what you're talking about though, because I kind of got the same
Well, for one,
vibe.
you got the whole ass scene for Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
When he's on the street. but it goes in with the story because it deals with the fabric of the clothing and whatnot to wear. So it makes
Yeah,
sense.
because he's like
why,
completely naked at one point.
you know, maybe they shouldn't have showed so much of his nakedness or whatever. But that
Could have
then
done without that.
Superwoman's
Yeah.
like when she came out, and then she was even talking about, the actress was talking about how they shot R-rated stuff for like when they find her, and like supposedly she fucked those dudes up.
Oh
like,
my
way
God.
worse than on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, and they put a baby in a microwave.
Oh
It was
my God, the
brutal.
baby scene.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I just want to, like, if people that haven't watched it and don't care about spoilers, they're like, God, I was like, they really did amp up the R rating, didn't they?
Yeah.
Holy
Babies
shit.
in
They put a
microwaves.
baby in a microwave? It wasn't brutal.
And the microwave caught fire too.
Yeah, it's a pleasant baby in a microwave experience, if those exist. That's still borderline dangerous. But, you know, better than falling and going kaplat, kersplat. They said fuck at one point, too.
Yeah, at the end.
They were a
very-
little late to the party on that because Guardians beat them to it. I don't think any. Has DC done any fucking?
Oh yeah. DC almost does.
Have they said fuck? And
I
like,
don't think Wonder Woman did.
like DC.
Man of Steel didn't.
I don't know if I've heard it in any of the DCU.
I know they have.
Which movie though? They're probably just scratching. I was outside too long yesterday.
Fuck.
There's that word. Don't know what it goes to though.
Anyway, I'll think about it. We'll think
Yeah,
about
we'll
it.
think about-
while
oh my God.
What'd you
No.
think of like the speedster stuff though in this movie?
was fucking
No,
cool.
as a whole.
It was cool as shit, dude. I love the way they made it look, dude.
Muschietti, dude.
When he was like running through the water the way he was, like it just looked fucking sick as
the
fuck.
phasing.
Yeah,
They show the
phasing is pretty
phasing where
wild.
he moves like so fast and they show you like in detail what he's doing the first time, like molecules splitting through this like door
Yeah.
and shit, and then coming out through the other end, and it's just like,
What the
what?
fuck?
Oh my god!
It was really good when he phased to go get those beers and shit. You don't remember that shit? I saw you. You looked all confused when he had the
I only
one
went to
girl,
the bathroom one time in this movie.
the one girl. What the fuck's her name? The main like love interest kind of that he ends up getting with.
Oh yeah, Iris West.
There you go. Yeah, when she comes back to his place to talk more about like his father and like his innocence or whatever, and she's all just like, "Oh, like I'm sorry if I came on too strong."
See, was this right before or right after him and Batman talk?
Maybe.
Because that's when I went to the bathroom.
Well,
is when him and Bruce Wayne were talking.
They're talking in there. He's like, "Do you want anything to drink?" And she's just like, "Yeah, I'll take like a beer." And then he goes in the fridge and there's like old lettuce and some like other random drinks and shit. And he's just like, "Okay, I can't do that." And he like goes on the other side of the fridge and he like does this and he like goes through the wall and then comes back
Oh my
with two
God.
beers. I think they're like Stella Artois or whatever. And he,
No,
like,
I didn't see
and he
it.
gave it to the girl, and he's like, "Yeah, I keep beer in my fridge all the time." And then he opens the beer, and it's just like, because I guess he just,
Phasing.
yeah, how fast he ran, and it just went everywhere. He's like, "Yep. So how are you?" Yeah, like,
Yeah, I didn't see that. I went to the because I went to the
Oh,
bathroom
man,
when him
yeah.
and Bruce Wayne were in the alley talking,
yeah.
and then supposedly he cleaned up the apartment like super fast. Or
Yeah, that
whatever.
was
I
it all
didn't
in that
see
scene.
that,
Yeah, that
and
was
I didn't
funny,
see-
too.
I saw. I came back like right after they were like walking out of the apartment.
Okay, yeah, you missed it. Well, when he leaves her in his apartment, because I think he's just like, "Oh, I gotta go," and she's just like, "Okay," and he just closes the doors. Like, "We should do this again sometime," and she's like still
Oh,
in his
yep,
apartment.
yep.
yeah. So you missed everything, and
Yeah.
that was funny too.
Yeah, I missed that whole.
I
Segment.
can't imagine doing that. Like if I was right now with you, like, "All right, dude, I gotta leave. It's been cool though."
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Oh,
In your house, I was like,
what the fuck is
whoa.
going on?" Yeah, dude, he stuffed all this shit in like different like cupboards and shit. He's like, I like to keep it kind of tidy, and the whole like closet fell out. And then when he slammed the door at the end, more shit fell out on the other side. Yeah,
That's funny, dude.
yeah, there was some good
There
good
was
comedy in this movie.
A lot of good humor in this movie.
Very surprising in that
Yeah.
regard. What'd you think about the whole opening scene in general, though, with Batman? Did you like Batman in this movie when he was in action?
You mean Batman's opening scene or the opening scene in the movie itself?
No, like the whole opening fighting scene that also involved Batman when he was catching the babies, but it was cutting over to Batman as well.
Fuck, that is the opening, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the Batmobile, the bike, and everything.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, they showed a lot of that in the trailers.
Yeah, not Batman, Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah,
Ben
okay,
Affleck,
so-
Batfleck.
I did. I liked it. I think it could have been. I don't know. It didn't feel like Ben Affleck's Batman when he
Really?
was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like when
I
he
could
was
see
actually
that.
fighting and shit and like talking to Alfred, I was like, this seems like it. Because they haven't done any different world shit yet, so it's
Yeah.
our Batman that we know, but
Mhm.
it just seemed off, and like the movements and shit, like what he was, I don't know, it just seemed like not as big, bulky, and brooding as he
Normally
has been
is.
for the past, Affleck Batman.
He's
But
always like in the shadows too in other movies. It
yeah,
seems
he
like
was
this one's
broad
like, yeah,
daylight in this
yeah.
one the whole time, other than him talking to Barry. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that. The opening scene for me, though, selling it was the him running from the coffee shop all the way to the hospital or wherever the babies are,
Yeah.
and then like all that, like the whole how they did the Speed Force in this movie with
Yeah.
them catching the babies, and he had to eat in order to
Yeah, that shit.
keep it. Dude,
That was fun. The whole baby scene, by the way, like if y'all don't care about spoilers and y'all are here for some reason, there's probably like 10 or 12 babies that just fall out of this fucking building. And
as it's happening, people in the theater are like, "Oh!" And I'm sitting here like, "Are they doing this? Are they doing?" Me and Wayne looked at each other. It was like, "Oh my god, dude! They're just throwing babies out this fucking window."
These
Like,
babies are all falling to their death. And there's one lady that was holding a baby that was a nurse, I guess, from the nursery, like falling to her death too. And Barry's got to save all of them. And it is fucking magical the way they
dude,
do
for a
it.
second, you don't think he's gonna fucking.
Yeah,
make it.
like, there's
and I'm like,
moments.
"You're gonna kill babies on
Yeah,
screen
yeah,
like
like,
this?"
He's just like, because it feels like even though it's the Flash, you're kind of sitting there in a weird way, like, dude, you better speed this up because they have fell far, and like like it's the Flash, you know, he can do it no matter what, even if it's like an inch from the ground. You're like, it's the fucking Flash. Like, why am I doubting him? But yet and still, there was moments where it's just like, bro, they've already fell a good distance, and you still ain't done shit. And then the motherfucker, like you were saying, went to eat. He ate like what did he eat? A candy bar and a
Yeah,
burrito.
it was like a couple candy bars and a
He looked like he's
burrito.
gonna go for, you're like finally like, oh, he's gonna go for the baby, and he goes right past the baby and
Yeah.
like goes into a vending machine that's also falling, eats. There's a microwave that's falling, heats it up, which I don't even know what the fuck how that works. It's not plugged up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something the Flash can do. Maybe he's got the energy or something.
Shooting.
Yeah, I don't
guess,
know, but heats up the fuck or a long ass fucking extension cord. You know, never be too careful. If the microwave falls out the window. But I mean, he does all that, eats, and then out of nowhere, of course, on a suit. Now he's like fulfilled and shit. I forget, not on empty anymore. And he just lines all these babies up perfectly. And there's even a dog that's fallen too. It's a lot of fucking fun.
It
Dude.
really is.
That scene was awesome. Loved it.
It's slow motion too, and then it's like crazy because once he gets his like meter filled up, it goes even slower, and like he like presses against the car to do a jump or whatever, and it's just like, boom. And you're just like, oh,
What?
dude, so many good creative decisions. in this.
Yeah, and all these babies were about to die in like midair too. There was stuff that was about to collapse on them while they were falling.
Knives going at their
yeah,
face. And
yeah,
shit.
he was deflecting the knives with shit, and then he like we were talking about, he put the one baby in a microwave to protect it temporarily. Like, I don't fucking know, because that was
Yeah.
great at the end. He like pulled the baby out of the microwave, and the girl was just like,
Yeah,
she's
screaming.
losing it.
Because she has no idea. She was in the Speed Force.
Yeah,
she was
it's
slow.
just wild, dude.
Let's see what else. Well, we can go on and
What are we calling the actual where the multiverse shit goes down though? I forgot, like the
That's-
space time continuum, whatever the
oh
fuck.
yeah, we called it the time bubble.
Yeah.
Time bubble, dude. It's actually a really cool how they did this in the movie, but like
It's almost like a tiny coliseum with
Yeah.
all your memories, just like in different. Just
I don't know if it's your memories or if he's just that bad. He
Yeah.
can see anything because he was seeing things that weren't in his memories too.
Yeah, that's why. Well, I kind of didn't know. I like didn't lose my train of thought, but like the word I was gonna use. That's why I was like memories and then yeah. I don't
So
know.
yeah, he basically runs so fucking fast that he gets like this force field, and it's like a time bubble, and then he's like
TB.
his legs at a certain point start running backwards. And then it's like sand, always sand at the bottom too, but his legs almost like running backwards. And then it's like what you were saying, like a coliseum of just like all sorts of. And this is where people are talking about bad CGI.
I
which
think for the
I'm like,
most part.
it's stupid to think that because you're in a memory coliseum or whatever. Nothing is going to be purely realistic looking because it's
Yeah.
all happening so fast.
I think it's a creative choice.
Yes, and I dug it. I thought the CGI was awesome. There were some
like
weird CGI scenes in other scenes, but nothing.
Ezra Miller, like with his twin Barry, the other Barry, not even twin. I guess you wouldn't call it that, considering it's the same person, multiverse shit. But I thought like his face, like the CGI they did on his face, was a little distracting at times. But their chemistry and how good they were together made me forget about it like every time, just like that. But the CGI, I think the main reason why people are laying into it so much is because of this, and I also think that was pretty much a creative choice.
Right.
But I mean, there's
I
a few
think it worked
spotty
for me.
moments, but it's not as atrocious as other people let on, I don't think. It's pretty good, though. The time bubble. Interesting shit, regardless.
It is. Or it is.
Especially if you're not in there, it's like, oh my God, the CG sucks. Like, get that out of your mind. Look at it as like a creative choice, because I'm pretty sure it was. If it wasn't, then okay, maybe keep it in your mind. But if it was, then maybe you're being too hard on it and just embrace the conceptual idea they have here.
because they
it's
use
pretty
it
cool.
well in the movie.
Yeah.
All the times they used
And
it.
then you see the motherfucker, which ends up being like him.
Yeah,
Because we're in
so-
spoiler territory, come running down and like attack him. Like that shit confused me at first.
Dude, I thought it was Salvatore.
I didn't know who it
first,
was.
And
Salvador Dali.
the Dalai Lama himself.
Yeah, it's like I thought.
So I thought.
I didn't know who. I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, this is another villain?
Well, I didn't think they were gonna do anything like that in this. Like,
Yeah.
there was no marketing for this or anything, and
He just came running down over the hill of people and started attacking them. I was like, who the
yeah,
fuck?
and punched him right out of his time bubble.
Yeah, and then there's just a bubble, and he's just standing in it like, bitch, don't come back. And it's
Yeah.
like, boom. And it's like, whoa. Like, I even kind of forgot about him, honestly. And then
You
I don't know how I did. And I was like, wait a minute, that's right. I was like, because that couldn't have just been like knocked him out of the bubble and then like, yeah, I'm the time bubble guard. And that's it. Like, there had to be more with him.
Right.
So I'm glad there was. Because that would have been something like the next day. It's like, wait a minute. Like, who the fuck was that? I forgot about that. You're right. Oh my God. They never explained that, did they? Like, that came, I feel like it came close to, be dangerously close to being like that. But the last second, they brought him in again.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So fucking
I dug
well.
it. I dug it a lot.
So Michael Keaton's Batman
That was interesting.
is introduced, and in a weird way, but I liked it. I liked the gray hair and shit like that, but his little fight scene he had
Yeah.
was fucking dope, and it's like reminiscent almost of the bullshit Batman and Robin.
You talking about the bats when he's in the bat suit, or that opening
no,
fight
the
scene?
opening fight scene.
Yeah, where it's just
he's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
and he's fighting both
He was
berries.
fucking going at him, dude.
Dude, yeah.
I was sitting there the whole time. I'm like, is this Michael Keaton? I feel like it's gotta be.
It is.
I mean, it is.
He's
but
doing his own shit.
no, but I mean, like in the moment, like because you didn't necessarily know it was Michael Keaton as
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
Wayne. You're just like, he's got the long white hair. I'm like, I guess it's gotta be. But I was sitting there like, is it him? What the fuck?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's good.
I thought that was amazing. I
The
didn't
pots and
expect him to
pans.
be the whole. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really didn't think he'd be like. The
I
guy.
thought he'd be ready to go.
Yeah, I did.
He's
and
like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Yes,
He walked right upstairs. They wouldn't even know. He didn't even give him time to be like, let's get a rebuttal in real quick. He's like, no, thanks for
Yeah.
coming.
it was-
Upstairs.
it was
I'm
pretty
done.
Solid.
I was surprised there wasn't some type of hatred coming towards them for like basically breaking into his shit though.
It's Batman.
Yeah, but like in my mind, I thought that's what like the whole time when he walked away, I thought for sure it was gonna happen. Just like, did I say you could come in here? Like, and then like them
The
have
door
that
was
little.
open. I feel like he planned. Not
Yeah, he
planned it,
might
but
have.
He knew something like this because he's
And
gonna
he
still keep
did
tabs on
because
people.
fucking even Ezra Miller like knew that he knew because he was sitting there, you know, as like Flashberry, Mainberry. I guess just call him Mainberry, not Stoner Berry.
All right, so let's call
He
our Flash the Flash, and we'll call Barry the new one, the Stoner Barry.
yeah, it's just Stoner Berry and
Stoner
Flashberry.
Barry. There you go.
Okay, Flashberry, which sounds like an amazing cereal. I would eat Flashberries all day. You don't like that? Okay, won't patent it then. Y'all can have that one. No, Flashberries. Damn it, Flashberry. Even was like looking up, just like I know you can see me right now, and I know you can hear me, and then like Michael Keaton's
Oh,
Batman.
I loved that, dude. That's what got him out too, and I was like,
Because
what
he
a
like looks
cold
over
line.
and he's like, okay, like looking at the camera, and then it's cool because he goes over and looks at his family and shit, and for a second you're just thinking he's reminiscing. He's like, nope, that was always my motherfucking motivation. Moves the portrait, boom, he's getting into full on bat gear and fucking everything.
Seeing
It
those
was
bat
dope.
suits, hearing the bat tune,
Yeah, it was
bro,
dope.
it was awesome. And
It
then
was
seeing the
sick.
Batmobile, Oh my god,
Yeah, you
it
got-
all just works so.
Yeah,
fucking
Stoner
well.
Barry's just fucking like, oh
Losing
my
his
god,
mind.
you look at that.
Oh yeah, so Stoner Barry has powers and Flashberry does not.
Yeah, that is a definite. I was even thinking about that when we jumped ahead to this.
I forgot about that for a second.
Yeah, man. They got to break into the place. He phases them through the wall, and he takes them back to the original place where they get electrocuted, sprays all the chemicals on them in that little like science lab type of place, and out of nowhere, I don't blame Stoner Barry. He's just like, I'm not getting electrocuted, man.
Yeah,
He's like, no,
yeah.
you have to, and they both fucking get electrocuted, and literally like Flashberry's tooth
Yes,
flies
dude.
out in the Stoner Barry's mouth, and he's just like, "Oh, dude, you're missing it too." He's like, "No, you're
And then
missing it too."
Glues it.
Yeah,
Glues it to his gum. Like what the fuck?
Why would you ever do that?
Oh. He's like, I think he lost his tooth, and he's like, oh, mine are here. Oh, no.
He's like, "You lost."
Dude,
it."
yeah.
Yeah, that
Poor
was
fucking
great.
guy.
And then when they go out, like Stoner Barry all of a sudden has powers, but Flashberry doesn't. Like, I mean, he tries to run around. It's like
Oh
the
my
goofiest
god,
run.
how funny was that shit?
That
dude?
run was like.
Because
Because it
it's
was
like-
so exaggerated, but I feel like that's exactly how
That's-
Flash runs.
Yeah,
His
it
feet
is.
are so.
This Flash runs
Yeah.
just like that, and I was like, oh.
That was great.
It's like almost like I hate this word, but like the meta version of like
Yeah.
them knowing it's a goofy looking run, but what?
Here's
it is what it
one
is.
thing I gotta say though. When I was watching that, I was like, "How the fuck did they get out of there?"
Oh yeah, they that's so like one big issue I have with this movie is the fact that
I mean,
there
maybe
was
he showed.
it's straight cutaway to the apartment. It's like
Well, what the fuck happened?
why?
Because because that was me. I'm like, "Oh shit, how are they gonna get out of this?" And then I know where it went to the apartment, and
Yeah.
I was like, "I guess they just did." Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I don't like that shit.
no. But the thing is, that, like, I guess maybe you can conclude that maybe he had Stoner Barry. It's like, look, you're gonna have to phase me through the wall real quick. We need to get home. But we didn't see that. But at the same time, though, it seems like it's the first time he's talking about the powers at the apartment, because the Stoner Barry's like, he's like, no, don't do that. But maybe that was like, like a post type of thing. Like, he's like, just do this one time, and I'll talk to you more about the apartment. And then they get the apartment. He's like, you better come. Don't do it. I know you know you can do it now because you just did something back there. So I guess you can kind of excuse it, but I mean, there was like an action scene or something you could have had there, or like a, raise the fucking hair on
I
your
would've
hands,
loved
like,
it.
oh shit, how are they gonna get out of this? They
Dude,
coulda
I
done
could have watched
something.
this movie again right after I watched it.
He was
first
loving
time.
it, loving it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
no,
yeah. But that's how the powers got switched. And then you got the Batman shit, which is pretty much there's like the little bitty things, in between, like jokes and trying to
Wanna
figure out
get
the
nuts?
next
get
move
nuts.
is and shit. But the main big plot point that's next is Batman. And going back to that, now you got Michael Keaton, man, just in the bat suit.
Fucking
Looking
people
legit.
up, dude. He has this one like spinning bat kick
Oh,
that
yeah.
he does to somebody. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
He whoops
before-
ass.
He for real does. Like
Because that's when they're going to get fucking Supergirl or whatever,
yeah,
Super Chick.
yeah, dude. He used them as bait. Both berries
He
as
did,
bait.
though.
I love how Batman does shit like that.
Because, like, fucking, Flashberry, who's, oddly enough, the other one's Flashberry now, technically, in the movie, and
Yeah.
he's not. But we're going to keep him as Flashberry, the original Flashberry. OG Flash Burr. OG Flashberry. Sounds like a motherfucking phone. The OG Flashberry, 2006 model. He's about to get shot by a machine gun, and he basically has to rely on, Stoner Barry.
Yeah, which
And
I would
not have
hate to do.
Like, you're gonna really rely on him to pull you out of the way. He like barely does it too. And a few seconds later, that's when you see Batman. And Batman, I mean, they could have died right there because I wouldn't trust Stoner Barry at all there. And that's when he crashes down, and he just is. I mean, he's
Dude,
fucking
the
people
cape,
up.
though,
The kicks, like you was talking about. He was
just-
kicking them into shit, spinning back.
Opens his cape and just gets lit up with bullets, and it's just like, all right, come on, we gotta get out of here, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you fucking tank, motherfucker, dude.
Dude, yeah.
That's one thing. Just to backtrack for just a second, was
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's Batman on the Bat bike was
Mm-hmm.
fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
Dude, when he's like maneuvering and has those like fins pop up to where the Oh my god, that shit was so
Sick.
dope.
Sick.
Anyway, back to Keaton's Batman.
New Batman.
Fire, dude. He killed it.
Yeah.
Keaton did he didn't lose any of it.
Yeah.
He had
It's
all
like,
the,
man, you could have made like 20 more Batman
the
movies.
suave. He had the fucking the agility and
Swagger.
all that. Like he just, yeah, he did really good.
But then, of course, they save old Supergirl.
Yeah, and she
She's
lit those
tearing
fuckers
shit up,
dude.
bro. I really liked her character.
Yeah, dude, this is where I really like. I like how they have Muschietti doing the directing
Yeah.
because the horror background he has with the It movies.
Yeah. Been looking
The
at
way
Pennywise
she
this whole
looked,
time.
yeah, I do. I find
I
myself.
keep looking over.
there.
I'm like, Andy Muschietti.
That's right.
I've been doing that over and over again in this review for some
But
reason.
when Kara was out in the snow, like the way her arm and hand looked,
Yeah.
like I was like, dude, she looked void of life.
Yeah.
Whenever they like zoomed in on her, it was really kind of creepy looking, but they fucked up and let her get to the sun or outside to where the sun can hit her. And once she got like, I guess 10%
Vitamin
strength,
C.
dude, she, oh my
Or
god,
D,
it was
whatever.
wild. It was such a great action scene. Like, what was it? Batman was about to get shot in the face, or
Oh,
Barry with a
man.
pistol at gun, or like point blank, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they showed in the trailer too. She like comes in and pushes a gun into the dude's face. Dude, the whole build up to that is just phenomenal.
Dude, she's pretty fucking sick. I actually like going into this movie, like any type of iteration of like Supergirl or anything like that is just kind of like, meh, to me. Don't really care for it. Don't even care to see it. But like watching her, like she was just a badass in this movie. Like I would be completely content with her being like this character.
100%.
She was the shit because there was no like playful nature and nothing. It was just all business. It's not that she was like this vindictive, like fucked up individual. It was just like, I'm gonna weigh something on a right or wrong scale. I'm not gonna let any emotion get in the fucking way. Like this is what's going down.
Yeah, and she had been locked up in that fucking ball thing
Yeah,
for 30
just
something
getting tortured,
years.
just fucking hating humans. And how could you not if that's all you're subjected to?
Yeah.
And she comes out pissed with damn near no energy, let alone when she gets energy. And then you get to where she's fucking around with Zod, and she was fucking Zod.
Hey,
up,
dude, like man, I fucked
Hey,
with
dude,
that.
boo,
I'm
baby, man.
No, the
She was-
Supergirl versus Zod shit. Yeah, and we got to see like multiple times. Too.
Yeah, she
Like,
was fucking him
each
up,
time,
bro.
each time. But it's Zod. Like
Yeah.
he came through every time, dude. And like, I guess that's where we can say like the story, the heart, not the heartbeat.
Yeah.
The kind of the heartbeat of this movie is like told within this because this is where it's no matter how many times you go back in time, no matter how many times you change it, it's still gonna happen just in a different way. Like there's no way you can.
And I
save.
love that.
I
I
absolutely
love
love
the
it.
shit out of that because they could have
Yeah.
went the other way with it and it's like put everything with a cherry on top. And they're like, nah, man,
Yeah,
that's not how life works. And that's something I love about DC over MCU because MCU seems to always do the cherry on top approach, even if it doesn't make
yeah,
sense.
I know.
DC is willing to go the darker route if it's for the sake of the story and makes it better because they're not afraid to, I guess, upset their fanboys. Like I could
Right.
even hear in the fucking theater, like when Batman and Supergirl both died, there was like multiple people like, "What? You've got to be kidding me!" And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's go!"
Batman's death though.
And then they brought him back just to kill him again.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the
It-
same
it-
dude was like, "What again?" I was like,
really?
yeah. I was like, "Yes, that's what's up."
That's awesome.
Everybody's dying except for the original Flash. This is an amazing ending right
Yeah.
now.
No, it's because like Zod was a for real threat, and
And
only
makes them a
Superman,
formidable one that you're not gonna laugh at. We're like, yeah, I always
Right.
got this right here that I can pull out of my pocket or off my shoulder. Like, oh yeah, there's this little thing I can insert into the chat that's gonna make everything okay and all better. I don't like having that. I don't like having an exit plan. I like having it just like, fuck, I don't know where this is going.
Yes.
So that's good shit. Love
Yeah,
that.
but Batman, dude, he had 3 deaths. I think
Jesus,
was
I think
it
it was 2. I want to say 2.
the plane. Oh no, okay, it is because the first one
He
was
crashed.
minor. He crashed
Yeah.
his plane into the thing, which was like, okay, I can see Batman doing that.
Yeah,
But the second one was the one where I'm like, yo,
yeah, it was
like,
sick the way he blew
this
him
is
up.
this is a Batman death for sure, bro. Like he was fighting.
I did kind of want to go. What is that big motherfucker's name?
I
He's
can't
like a juggernaut
remember.
type
I
character.
know. I can't. He's in Man of Steel too.
Something soldier, right?
No.
No,
It's fuck, I can't remember his name, but Batman squares up with him.
I thought they were gonna get the actual fight though. I kind of
He
wish that
kind
would
of
have
did,
happened.
dude. He kept throwing those fucking or putting those sticky grenade
Yeah,
things
those were
on
that
him.
was dope. But when they were
Yeah.
like head to head, I kind of wanted him to square up. I was like, oh, it's dope. How he blew him up though.
Yeah, no, like there was no way Batman was gonna win that if they squared up. And,
But I wanted to see him try. I
But
did,
dude,
damn it.
he
But it was
gets
still
him.
dope.
He gets him and he puts this one on his head and then throws Batman on the ground, breaks his back, basically, which is like a nod to like what Bane did to him in
Yeah,
the comics and everything.
for sure.
But he smashes him on the ground, and then Batman still stands up, ready to go. And you don't realize as an audience member at the time, like how badly he just got fucked up, you know, because an alien just threw him down on his back at full force. You
Oh
know?
yeah, he got
Still gets up, ready to go, and the thing blows up on his head, just knocks him out, falls to the ground, and then Batman just collapses, and you see like blood coming from
You're
his
like,
mouth
oh,
and even
damn.
his chest.
like it's
And
real.
I'm like, yo, what a G though.
yeah,
Oh my
it
god.
was sick.
Yeah, a great hoorah for Michael
Mhm.
Keaton's Batman though.
Oh,
He got his
sick.
closure, and I thought it was amazing.
And we get to all the cameos and
Oh,
multiverse shit, dude.
dude,
that
the
was just
cameos.
insane.
So
Now
he
what?
goes through
Yeah,
to
you talk about this part. 'Cause I'm like trying to remember the order in which this happened.
So
for
he's
some
running.
reason.
He's running
I guess
to
you
try to
called me.
change all the times that Supergirl can survive.
Yeah, because it's the fucking Stoner Berry is
Yeah,
just
Stoner
losing his
Berry's doing
shit,
this,
and
yeah.
then you got
And they both have their powers back, by the way. Oh my God, Flash Barry getting his powers back.
yeah, we can't miss that either.
Dude,
Getting electrocuted
the
the way
most
he was.
brutal scene in this movie.
Oh, he was getting lit up, and it's crazy how like Michael Keaton's Batman was so red. It's just on a dime where he's like,
He
"Do it
gets it.
again." He's just like, "You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's do
He
it
understands.
again." There was no just like, "Hold on, kid. This might kill you." He's
no,
like,
because
"That's what he
Batman would
wants."
do that.
Yeah, that's what he
And yet
wants.
again, just for everybody that knows, for those who are petty and stupid and think, oh, Batman doesn't kill, yet again, Batman kills people in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple fucking people in this movie.
He's
Just letting you
fucking
know,
'em up.
Batman. Yeah. Anyway,
On
but
point.
yeah, so Barry getting electrocuted. Yo, the
He was
first
getting lit
time
up, dude.
he gets electrocuted, he's got like the red veins going throughout his whole body, and, like bleed, like can't move really. He's just like slouched in the fucking
It's some straight
chair.
hero
Like,
shit to like even attempt that.
but it doesn't work the first time, and you think like it's over.
Yeah.
And this is when fucking Kara comes into play again, and she just swoops him up like it's nothing. It takes him all the way up,
That was dope.
straight struck by legit lightning in the sky, and then
God.
brought back down, burnt to a crisp, burnt to a fucking
Just-
crisp.
God, the pain. I don't
Yeah.
know to think about it.
And then out of fucking nowhere, he starts like slowly like healing here and there, and
Coming back.
gets his powers back. Dude, it's for real. Like this movie, dude, is just fucking incredible.
It is. It
Uh,
is. So this happens back to the multiverse shit.
Yes.
This happens when Stoner Barry takes off and he's like, "No, I can change it." And then
Yes.
you got Flash Barry just like, "No, no, 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 like you don't understand."
Chasing him.
And that's when he has the whole just like, we can't, like, you don't understand. It doesn't matter how many times you play this out. It's all the same or some shit. And the way you change things, like, I realize that now. And then he's losing his mind and all that shit. See, the problem is like, maybe I'm fucking wrong, but I'm like, does this not happen after we see all the Supermans and all that shit? Or am I crazy?
Are you talking about the electrocution?
No, not the electrocution. I'm back on where they're in the time bubble, as we call it. When fucking he's trying to stop, what's his name?
That was all together.
Oh yeah, because I'm sitting there thinking, because he has that new
Oh, no,
weapon.
it's him. Yeah, it's him who does it.
Yeah.
It's the big guy, the bigger Barry. We'll call
Yeah.
him that. So you got
With the blade that
Yeah.
just recently got put in his
Stoner
arm.
Barry
That was fucking
causes.
sick too.
Dude, the blade was amazing.
Yeah.
He fucked the aliens up with that thing.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Dug into him.
Stoner Barry starts like
Yeah.
running and trying to get all these multiverses
Yes.
or fixing everything, and that's when you start seeing Superman's or
Yeah.
we'll get there. Well, you start seeing other things, and then other dudes trying to fight Flash Barry.
Mhm.
I think there's so much going on.
I know. I'm trying to remember like at what point it did. Either way, we'll talk about. Is it that the one Barry, we find out it's like an older Barry that's like in this continuum of this fucking time bubble. Is it he explains it and then it goes to all the fucking Superman and shit?
I think so.
I
Actually.
think that's what it is, but for some
Yeah.
reason I'm remembering the Superman
He's
shit
like, I'm
before.
almost there.
But
I've
maybe
almost got it.
maybe that's it, because we see Kara or whatever get fucking killed multiple more times in different ways by Zod,
Yeah.
and then I think he comes down. That's when it's revealed that it is Barry, and he's like, basically, you came in here and fucked this up a long time ago or whatever, and starts explaining shit, and he shows all the different worlds and shit, which is dope that it's a third fucking Barry. It's
Yeah.
he looks fucking sick in that like costume and shit. Like most of his mask breaks off, and it's showing you like all these different like outcomes at different multiverses, and you see, you know, Christopher Reeve's Batman, which is fucking
Superman.
sick. I don't know why I said Batman. Forget what I just said. Fucking idiot. Everybody's like, I've sat through 35 minutes of this motherfucker,
Dude,
and he
and
called
me-
Christopher Reeve's Batman, you motherfucker. You
Me
do
and
not do that.
Wayne were like the only two
Yeah.
geeking out through all of these cameos in our theater.
That's
which sucked,
insane
dude.
because, dude, it's pretty
But it was a
fucking...
9 a.m. showing on a
Nah,
Saturday.
it could be.
There was like only
These
9
motherfuckers
other
ain't
people in
even.
there.
Yeah, they ain't awake yet. But this should have woke them up because it was like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
You got the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh, my God.
And then you get the. They even go as far as Adam West Batman.
Yeah, which was
You
cool.
get to see him in the running loop, which was awesome.
Dude, there's something about that loop that was dope. It was like a different color with like, you know, these Batmans here, these Batmans
Yes.
here, and they're all running around doing their own shit.
Yep.
It's like a choose your own adventure of like a Rubik's Cube of fucking Batmans. The best way I could describe it is just fucking sick.
Yep.
It's almost like you, as a viewer, want to be like, oh, let me get that one. Hold on, let me see what's going on in this one up here. God, the time bubble's so cool. Like, I want to insert
It
the time
is,
bubble
right.
myself and pick through it. And then, of course, we get the other cameo, which came out of fucking left field, which was dope as fuck.
Okay, so we get to see. Before we talk about that,
Yeah.
because that's the main one.
Yeah, that was
we
pretty-
got to
pretty
see
wild.
Brandon Routh's Superman.
Yeah.
We got to see a Superwoman, and
that's-
we got to see.
Was there another one?
No, we didn't see. I thought for sure we would see Christian Bale's Batman in that, but we didn't get
I
to
don't
see
think
that.
we did.
But yeah, so then the last
What was he
cameo.
battling?
dude, I don't know.
It was like a big spider-like creature.
Yeah,
with like maybe crab spider. I don't
Whatever
fucking
it
know.
was fucking
But
dope.
I immediately saw the long hair, and I'd seen somebody post something about this because every once in a while it comes back up in like a Facebook feed or something. You're like, oh yeah, dude, why did that movie never happen? And I immediately was like, there's no way that's Nicolas Cage. I was trying to think of like long-haired Superman, and it pops up, and sure enough, it's fucking Nicolas Cage,
And the
bro.
most badass Superman cameo yet.
The Mighty Duck Man. I'm just playing. Like, this makes no sense.
Mighty Duck Man
It's Emilio
himself.
Estevez. Nah, yeah, just cool as shit. Just to see Nicolas Cage finally get his due, man. Like, he never got to do this role. We always thought we'd see it and never did. And it's kind of just like that forgotten movie. It's like, man, I wonder what Nicolas Cage would have brought to this role. And just to see him, you know, CGI, whatever the fuck, see him like that was just, it was cool as shit in the movie. I really, really heavily enjoyed seeing that as a cameo.
Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't, dude. I yelled so loud when I saw Nicolas Cage's face.
Yeah, dude. Somebody in my theater was just like, Nicolas fucking Cage. No, I'm just.
Well, I know that
didn't happen.
movie, like that was
That'd
Tim
have been
Burton's
dope.
Superman, because Tim Burton was
Yeah.
going to do a Superman with his Batman.
Yeah, I
and,
believe you're
he was
right.
going to do a little Justice League himself.
That'd have been so sick. You see
Yeah.
a Tim Burton verse, dude. Are you kidding me? And then you got that cameo.
That's the one that fucking blew me the way the most.
dude.
I had no idea.
It's
that
almost
was
like I
coming.
could just not picture him having anything to do with Batman ever again.
Yeah.
And in comes
George Clooney.
which we'll circle our way back, but we'll do the last of the cameos real quick. There's a little bit more
Did
to
we?
talk about.
Did we miss someone else?
No.
Oh,
This-
we missed Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
on the
Wonder
bridge.
Woman.
She was
Yeah,
on the
for
bridge
sure.
for a second.
No, they didn't miss cameos. I was just saying there's a little in between thing I like to talk about. This is the very end of the movie, but it's like fuck it, since we're talking about cameos, we'll throw this on there real quick. But yeah, George fucking Clooney, because you hear
Yeah.
him on the phone, he's just like, okay, Barry, like all that. You just said the same thing I did. 'Cause we talked on the phone about it. I was immediately like, that has not been Affleck's
Right.
voice. And then when he gets out of the car, I don't know if you caught that, but like I was immediately like, even like. You'll see like a crowd of people or something's in the way in a movie. You'll try to like look around it, which makes no sense because the screen don't fucking shift anywhere. You're not actually going around these people, but I'm over here like, in the IMAX.
I didn't
like,
see the gray hair.
I'm in the IMAX on like the right side of the screen. I'm on the far left. I'm like, God, I picked the wrong seats, as if that matters. And I'm like, dude, I totally saw gray hairs though, so definitely not Ben Affleck. George fucking Clooney. Are you kidding me? As he popped out immediately as I had that thought. And even though George Clooney is pretty ass water as Batman, and Batman and Robin is, well, let's use that word again. It's in the dictionary. Look it up. Ass water. Actually, we'll Google that real quick.
Yeah.
Merriam-Webster. Yeah,
Ash water.
still to see him as Batman though was just like, holy shit, they even put George Clooney in this fucking movie. No, get the fuck out of here. It was one of those type of things. And it's cool. I mean, George Clooney's still a huge movie star. Just to see him in the fucking movie, it's just like, wow, George Clooney. Even if I didn't like you as Batman, still cool for some reason. And that very ending shot though, where he's smiling at him and this tooth falls out finally, that was
God.
fucking hilarious because that super glued tooth.
Yeah. Just pop out and then black.
Yeah, it was
Cut
so
to black.
perfect because it was just something I'd forgot about. But circling back to like the last true good shit of the movie, man.
This is perfect to save for last too, because it brought tears to my fucking eyes.
Yeah,
man.
you want to talk about like the supermarket scene where he goes
Yeah.
back to dude.
Oh yeah.
That was good shit. It needed that last little emotional punch to really
First of
just
all,
sell
this
it.
whole
sell it.
movie happens because of a can of tomatoes. Just to let you all know. I know. That's all it took. A can of tomatoes.
And he's got to put the can of tomatoes
Oh,
back because it
how
opened
can
up a
you
whole
do
can of
that?
worms.
How can you do that though? How can you knowingly like?
Dude, it's so hard. And you can see the pain on his face. Ezra was killing the acting right
Dude,
there.
yes. Like with every time I'd see like a tear come down his face, I'd be like, "Don't you fucking
Yeah,
stop it!"
like it's happening to me. It's happening to me.
Dude, but yeah, it's
Beautifully done. The way he
So-
comes over, he's kind of got all his shit on. And I know you were even saying like on the phone, like, how's this bitch not know that's her kid?
right.
But when you take yourself out of a movie and you're just like obviously if my wife or like say I saw Arya fucking 20 years from now or something, I'm not gonna be like, this is Arya. It's just gonna be like it kind of looks like my kid because
Yeah.
but there's no way I'm gonna come to the conclusion like this is Arya 20 years from now. That doesn't exist.
Right.
It's just
right.
gonna be like a familiar presence that maybe they're comfortable with. And he even walks over the shades and he ends up taking them off. And he's explaining like how sad he is and shit, talking about his mom. And then she comes in, even gives him a hug just to put the icing on the fucking cake. But we won't put the tomatoes on the tacos or whatever they were cooking.
No, he put the tomatoes
Back in the cart, dude, while I was distracted.
on the back on the shelf, and then because of where he put it back on the
Or
shelf,
back on the shelf, not in
his
the cart.
dad got to go free.
Which was cool. That kind of set all that back in motion, which was great. But damn, dude.
But Barry is okay. So if you all focus on like the Ezra Miller drama and all that shit, they kind of do a little bit of a good decision in this movie where they left Barry in a different. He's still in a different universe. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not in Ben Affleck's Batman's universe by the end of this movie. So I think they left it open-ended like that to see what happens with Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
What happens with the case and everything. If he's found guilty of all that shit and that he's in a different universe, we can bring a new Flash in. If he's innocent, which I don't see how because they've got footage of almost everything he's done, then, he's
It always
done his
sucks when
Flash.
this shit happens, man.
He's,
Because it's like if they're convicted, it's like good because you're a piece of fucking shit.
oh yeah,
But
they're convicted of it.
that whole thing. And then if, they're not convicted and then it's like a Jonathan Majors type situation, say Jonathan Majors doesn't end up being convicted, then you're like, well, motherfucker, you ruined the dude's career. And either way, you feel robbed.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. But, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look too good for Ezra. But
Yeah,
I know him from the Flash movies, okay? He's a great guy.
Oh, he's been
Yeah,
to other
it's-
movies too.
Oh,
that
for
he's
sure.
fantastic in.
He's a great actor. And
But just a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs,
dude, fame gets
He
to people.
flew over a couple of cuckoo's nests that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm bringing that shit over here. God damn.
Where are we at on this movie? I don't feel like either of us liked it too much.
Nah, it was ass water, like Batman and Robin, and George Clooney as Batman. Because George Clooney's not that bad. Men Who Stare at Goats. Have you seen it?
Oh my god, one of the greatest openings to a movie ever.
Yeah, we just got a review of that. Like 15 minutes later, it's like, all right, what were we talking about? Let's get back to it. Everybody else watching, like, just tell me the fucking rating, bro. Are you serious?
I'm gonna I'm gonna stick with my 9. Well, no, I'll do a 9.3 for mine.
Oh, came down a
Yeah,
couple.
it came down 0.2. But that's
Yeah,
just
you were like
because-
9.5 out the
Yeah,
theater,
dude.
bro.
As soon as I left the theater, you were the first person I called, and I was just like, I can't not talk about this for a minute at least. You know,
Yeah,
because nobody else I can talk about spoilers with and shit. Because that's all I wanted to talk about with this
It's
movie.
probably like the same amount of time as what this is. This is our first review. This is our second one. Yeah, dude. I mean, everything we just said, we went into
Yeah.
every detail.
9.3. It's a phenomenal movie. It's funny. It's got heart. It's got emotion. The story is fantastic. Even though it kind of carries like a Man of Steel backpacking story, which, oh yeah, by the way, we know where Barry was during Man of Steel now. He had just literally gotten his powers,
Yeah.
and he tried to do what he could, but he couldn't. So
Yeah.
I really like that.
I'm going to do the same thing you did, except go the other direction with a couple points. Instead of 8.7, I'm going to go 8.9.
Hey.
Dude, and I think it's because there's a lot of shit that I feel like could definitely like improve on a rewatch. I was almost being too hard on this movie. I was like, there's no way I'm liking it this much.
You
And
can,
then,
dude.
yeah, and then I was sitting there. I was just like, and I am in the IMAX. Maybe it'll go down. And I'm like, and you know what? As good as the action scenes were, was there like ever that like breathtaking like scene? And I was like, I don't know. Like there was like quick snippets, but never like a full on action piece where I was just mesmerized. And then I was like, yeah, the CGI was a little spotty at times, but I was like, but then again, maybe it was, you know, a lot of the time bubble, and it was probably made to be that way. There's a lot of shit I was like doing this on, and then Zod, I thought he was kind of underutilized in a way. That's just me, but you felt his presence amongst the movie, so
Yes.
I'm like, maybe I'm being too hard. I don't know, but overall, like how I feel about this movie, the way it made me feel, like I loved, and that's from the jump, absolutely loved everything else in spades, and this movie, dude, I just loved it. So I'm gonna go up a couple points, or 0.2, not a couple points. That put me at fucking a 10, right? Or an 11.
We'll put you at 11.
Yeah, well, you know, 8.7, oh, at 10.7. It's a
10.7.
10.7 out of 10.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. Okay, not that it ever does, right? Anyways, guys, that's the Flash spoiler review. Dude, what'd y'all think about it? Like, share, subscribe. Let us fucking know. Everybody says like, share, subscribe. That's not even the most important thing. Comment, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We'll talk to y'all. What's up with it? Let me know, because this movie was fucking crazy. Are you on the end
Awesome.
of the spectrum where you love it? Or are you on the end of the spectrum like, what the fuck y'all talking about? Because it seems to go either way. Don't get it. Dope. Life's a can of tomatoes.